Welcome again, and I am privileged to, well, I don't know if I'm privileged or if I'm a little worried about going after everyone, because everyone did so wonderful, and everyone is so sincere, and that's really what confidence is, and that's what your truth is about. I am going to share some info with you about bras and about how to wear your bra and how to check your own bra, only because I feel it is my duty to share this information with you so that you know how to look at what you already have in your closet. But following suit with how everyone else was sharing their stories, I feel it's only fair that I share a little bit of my history with you. I do own Yes It Fits. It will be 2 years in October that I have been open. It was a whim, such as this speech is also a whim. I am also a full-time realtor, as I can relate very well to Jean. And same with her struggles and all that stuff with the wonderful world of real estate and the male domination and all that stuff. I don't deal with that in bra fitting, ironically. However, I do have to deal with all the stupid comments like, "Can I work for you?" Shut up. No. Anyway, but they think they're funny and they think they'd like a job, and I'm like, you don't, but it's okay. Anyway, so this is a new industry for me because I'm not male dominated. I'm not dealing with men anymore in that same regard that I've been used to dealing with it. We also own a construction company. So I have never been shy around men. I've never been intimidated by men ever. So for me, this part of my life, it's weird for me working with women. I'm having to actually change to be empathetic and sympathetic. I don't have that because honestly, I've always been in these male-dominated industries where I've just stood up and said, "You ain't going by me. I'm stronger than you all day long." And I have this wall. And breaking into more of a women sympathetic, empathetic, whatever you want to call it, industry, that's been the challenge for me. So I'm almost the opposite of where everyone else might be, is that wasn't the problem for me. This is the hard part for me, is, feeling, I do have some empathy. I'm not completely like a stone, but some people would say it's close. And I've never known that to be a bad thing until I started this. And then I'm finding it hard to relate to people. Kind of rewind a little bit as to how that kind of came to be. When I was little, and it's not, I had a wonderful life. I had an amazing childhood. I'm an only child. So there's no, I won't make apologies for it or anything like that. I had a wonderful upbringing. But I was a car fanatic since the moment I could move. And all I wanted to do was play with cars, build cars, motors, anything was my life. I was daddy's girl all day long. And as I got older, that's all I wanted to do. And as I continued to get older, all I kept hearing was, you need to kind of hide that. And as I got older and a teenager, I thought it was cool. I was like, I'm a girl who can build a motor better than you. And it's not appealing to guys because you're really intimidating when you know more than them. So, especially when it comes to that. And I had to learn that. So I kind of kept staying back in the corner a little bit. For those of you who know me, you're like, you sat in any corner ever? But I did. I had to kind of take myself back because I was finding, ooh, this side of me doesn't make friends. This side of me has to be hidden. So I pushed that down, and I'd still go after school and play in the garage with my dad, but no one ever knew that side of me. And while that was okay, and I still played the girly part and I did all that stuff, I really put that down. And there was a time when I said, I want my mechanic's license. That's what I wanted to do. So Mary, all the more power to you. You want to say you're not a leader? You're a leader because you did what you wanted to do when you did it. So that day that you went to mining school or that industry, that was when you were a leader because you took a step that I never did. I never followed that part of me that wanted to go and play with grease and play with cars all day. And that's okay because I still did it. I still always lived my passion. I always made sure it was a part of me, but I hid it. I hid it so well. And then I decided as I got older, and that was fine, like I said, never left my life, just hid it very well from people. Because I thought that might intimidate them. That might, wasn't making me friends. And then I decided I really liked country music and cowboy boots, obviously. And that was something that I wore them one day and someone said, why are you wearing cowboy boots? You're not at a country music concert, you're not at a festival. And I swear, I think I never wore cowboy boots again since that point because I cared. I was like, God, people are looking at me weird when I wear them. So there's a point to the fact that I'm wearing these today, is because I never take them off now. I think I have 12 pair. It's become a bit of an obsession. And if it wasn't for the fact that you have to buy so many, my store would be bras and cowboy boots. But it made me realize it later in life how much I put aside things I loved. And they may sound trivial. They really may. I mean, it's cowboy boots and motors. And it's not that they left my life. But they were things that I should have been out there doing and sharing and all that kind of stuff. And I hid it because I was so worried about what someone was going to think of me or if they wanted to be my friend. Fast forward a lot of years, I will say watch what you wish for, because now I'm so far past not caring what people think, it's almost become a demon, okay? Because now, whereas I used to be like, oh no, what are they gonna think of me? Now I like absolutely don't care, which gets my mouth in trouble, and just lots of parts of my life get in trouble because of that, that impact. But I went out and got a tattoo of pistons, wrenches, and cowboy boots all in one tattoo on my back. And I was like, damn it, you're gonna know everything that I've been hiding for the last 25, 30 years of my life. And the point to this story is to just tell you that it's all about truth. And it kind of just sounds off on what everybody's been saying all day. It's all about living your truth. And it doesn't have to be anything trivial. It could be something deeper. It could be something trivial. It could be whatever you want it to be. But you have to live your truth. You have to find your passion, and you have to live your truth. And I never would have opened this business if I wasn't okay with finally saying, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and I really don't care what you think about why I'm doing this or how I'm doing this. Leaving real estate, I'd been in it for like 13 years. We had a construction company. I have a degree. I could have done a million things. This was a whim, the bra store. It was a whim. There was a need. But the main reason I ever opened this store was because, and please no one take offense to this, I was so sick of seeing women struggle with no confidence. It pained me to speak to women and just have a conversation and hear them just bash themselves and bash themselves. And it took me so long to find my confidence, find my voice, say, I don't give a shit what you think of me, that listening to other women say, I care so much, or I might offend someone, or I might upset someone, was driving me crazy. I was so hurt for them, that they were so, and yes, I agree that many people should care much more than I do. And I would never say don't, because like I said, it has taken me a few steps back. I've had to work on sympathy, I've had to work on empathy. But I won't make apologies for it. And when you come into my store, I will treat you like gold and I will do everything to make you happy, but I will never lie to you. I will never tell you you're something you're not. I will never tell you that because I don't think it's fair. It wasn't fair when people told me things I didn't want to hear. You have to live your truth, and you have to put yourself around people who will be truthful to you. And there's a nice way to say things, and there's a not so nice way to say things. I do try to say things nicely. I've worked on that very hard, and I'm getting better at it. And I guess I want to encourage you as well to be that truthful person in someone else's life, in your friend's life, in your child's life. If you want to talk about not being trivial, okay, it's not about cowboy boots, it's not about cars. You want to know the one thing that I knew since I was 14 years old that I put to the ground because I was too scared to ever tell anyone? I've never wanted children. Not for 1 minute of one day for 1 hour. And do you know how hard it was? And God bless everyone who has children, because I couldn't do it, don't want to do it. But to all of you, I think it's amazing and wonderful, and thank God someone reproduces and it's not me. But do you know how hard it is to be married, no longer, but to keep hearing, oh, you're married when you're having kids. And I'd say, oh, well, just not the right time. And then you hear it, another way and another way. And I'm hearing more people be vocal about it. And people come in my store, and it's kind of like a bar where people come in and they just talk about things that you're like, oh, cool, you're just expressing all this stuff. And I love that because I love knowing that that's a comfortable environment where people can do that. And I'm hearing it more and more where people, younger people are saying, no, I want to focus on my career, or, that's just not for me. And I don't mean I love hearing it in the sense that they're making those decisions. It should be like that with all of our battles and all of our struggles, and you don't have to go into detail, but just kind of putting a little bit out there, what I used to think someone was going to judge us for, people want to hear. You'd be amazed at how many people want to hear your story, or they don't want to be the same as you. They want to validate and say something different. People actually, it's okay to be different. It's okay to have different opinions. It's okay to work for different companies or be in different parties or anything. It's okay. But we need to be able to hear that about each other. So with that said, let's talk about bras. And I'm going to touch on now another very important part of my universe, which I never realized I would get into, and I didn't realize I would have to talk about as much as I do. Pause. I didn't realize I would have to talk about it as much as I do every day of my life at the store, is body image. And I'm going to share with you some tips about, like I said, what to look for in a bra. We need to understand that every body is different, and I won't go into, heavier versus smaller versus this versus that. It's about you being content with your body. And I try to tell people this every day. And it doesn't matter. I have girls who you would look at and say, I wish I had their body. They have the most beautiful body. And they come and stand in my change room and they're like, back fat, I have back fat. And I'm like, you have that's skin. We cover our bones with this. It's okay, it's skin. It's skin. But to them, if it's not what they are used to, if they've always been, this aging process sucks, I'm not gonna lie. If they've always had never had that issue, that's huge for them. So be a little bit more sensitive, which that word coming from me sounds weird, but be sensitive to the people that you look at thinking, why did they have a body image issue? Why are they calling themselves fat? To them, they may be. And maybe the word fat is not right, but they might not be happy with where they are. And I wish they were. I wish everyone could look in the mirror and just love their body and say, I look great and own it. And that's absolutely my wish for everyone. But I'm a realist, and it's not going to happen. But you need to get to a place where you're happy with your body. And if it means you weigh 500 pounds, but you're happy at 450, then get to 450 for you. For you, not for a magazine cover, not for anything else. For you. And that's how you own it. That's how you gain this confidence, is looking in that mirror and saying, I am happy with where I am. When someone says to you, oh, you should probably put on 10 pounds. Are you happy with where you are? Cool, stay where you are. If you're like, don't really like seeing that rib there, I like myself better when I'm 10 pounds heavier. Said me never, but but it happens. And I guess that's what I'm trying to send home, is it's not about size and it's not about that, but it is about you feeling comfortable. And I'm not gonna lie to you and say that, if you think you're heavier and you're like, I need to lose weight, maybe you do, but do you need to lose that weight for you? Do you not feel good? Do you not feel energetic? Do you not feel like you can go for a long enough walk? Do you not feel like you're mobile enough, or that you don't feel good in your clothing? If your answer is yes, then maybe you do need to do something, but do it for you. Get into the body that you love. Create the body that you love, not that you're supposed to have. So that's my rant on body image, and I can't stress it enough, and I rant about it every day. I do warn you, with every bra fitting comes a free lecture. And my new girl's kind of learning that, but she's kind of like, you really talk to people like that? I'm like, you don't have to, it's okay. She's like, that wasn't part of my interview. I'm like, sorry, To talk to you a little bit about bras, I really, whether you buy your bras online from me, from wherever, I don't care. I really just want you to know stuff about a bra. They are important, and they're important for so many more reasons than just the fact that everyone says, I have to buy a bra, I have to wear a bra, I hate bras. They can be your best friend. Look how pretty they can be. And with that said, you really need to know what to look for. Okay, so this is a bra. I picked one just because it had color, so it was a little easier to see. This is a formed cup option, okay? But always the most important part of any bra is your band, okay? It's not the straps that you tug at every minute of every day of your life. It is the band. Your support comes from the band, okay? I know we don't want to wear tight bands because it's not comfortable maybe, and you want to wear like 2 sizes bigger than what you probably should be wearing in a band. The band needs to be snug. You should only have like maybe 1 to 2 inches to be able to pull at from the back. If you have a lot more than that, it's riding up and it's not giving you any lift, any support, and that's what you want to count on. Okay, so go home, do it right now, I don't really care, and see how much room. Jean, you should be fine, I know you.
Well, I only do it with the best.
Yes, exactly. See, thank you. Just a little plug there, shameless plug. And that's what the thing you want to look for in your band, is that you don't have a lot of room in it. You want it comfortable, but you want to make sure that it's not too tight, too loose, because that really is where a lot of your support comes from. Your straps, they are just there. I use straps primarily to adjust for, okay, and everyone, before you think you're abnormal, I'll tell you right now, everyone has one bigger than the other, okay? You're not abnormal, stop it. People come in and they're like, what do you mean? I'm different. You're not. I mean, some are more obvious than others, but in reality, everyone has one larger than the other. So I actually use the straps more times than not to make those adjustments so that if you notice you have a much bigger side, on your larger one, your strap should be a little bit looser to compensate and give it more room. On your smaller side, it should be tighter to kind of put the bra up here. It makes sense. It's very logical, but everyone wants to have their straps the exact same level, and they're used to compensate for different sides of your body. Straps also, yeah, they're there to snug it up and give you that fit, but they are not there to continuously lift you up to your chin, okay? So this is why we have indents in our shoulders. You can attest to this with yoga and everything. This is why we're going like this all the time, is because we're putting all of that, some of us more than others are putting all of that on our straps and on our shoulders, and how can your shoulders cannot survive on this for years on end. Another important thing before I get to the cup is the bridge. So this is this part in here. It's not just to hold the bow, okay? It actually serves a purpose. You want this bridge to fit in here between them. Some people have their breasts are just set closer together, so sometimes it doesn't happen. So again, you're not abnormal if that doesn't happen. Breasts are very different, but ideally you want this to be sitting here. If you go like this, what do we have? A uniboob. So we want this to sit inside. It gives you definition. Again, it gives you support, because if you are wearing a wire, the way it comes down is just, it's holding you, it's separating you, it's giving you a better look. The cup. This is what holds the girls. However, what I will say about a cup, everyone thinks they are in the wrong size of bra. A lot of times you are in the wrong style of bra. This is a formed cup. This is probably a cup that should be worn by potentially the lowest majority of people, only because this is a very tough cup to fill. You have to have a very high volume, a high chest. You have to have a lot of volume up top, because you have to fill the top of this cup to get it to sit properly on you. If you're very dense, if you have very heavy breasts, you probably would find if you wore something like this, you're gaping in here, okay? When I say that, people are like, I am gaping. I'm like, yes, you are. And I can tell that because I'm like, yeah, because you should be in something that's called a cut and sew, which is over there, and you're welcome to come talk to me, but it's basically pliable. So it's gonna lean against you, it's gonna lay against you. So it's a lot about style too. Just because your friend says, I got this great bra and it's all purple and pretty and has lace on the bottom, this might not be the one that suits you best, just because of your density, the way your breasts are situated, and it's okay. There's lots, see, there's a whole table of them. And there's even more than that in the universe. So just be aware that it's not always about your size. Sometimes it's about your style, and you really have to be aware of wearing the right style for your body shape, and not for, because it's the newest thing or the latest thing. Really look into what works best for your body and what makes you feel great. Okay, so you have to be comfortable in it. I mean, I can wear anything. I can wear for hours and hours on end and I don't feel it. And maybe I'm abnormal, but, and I've always been like this. This is, okay, well maybe I'm, okay, well thank you for making me a hypocrite of my own words. But I don't feel uncomfortable. And this hasn't been just since I opened the store. This is something I've always been very aware of and maybe it's because I'm larger chested, but I've always been very aware of being comfortable in my bra. And with that said, it is, that's kind of what I want you to look for. I want you to go home and look through your drawer of probably God knows how many bras that you've had over the years, because we all have that drawer of things and we, have two that we wear, but this pile of bras. And look for those things, try them on. Look how the straps fit you. Check the back, check the cup. If you're getting a lot of gaping in here, it's not the right style for you. You haven't necessarily changed, nothing's maybe even altered, maybe it's just not the right style. And again, it's that age thing. I keep coming back to that, it's horrific. But what did fit 5 years ago, as our bodies change, as babies come, or just all those other changes in life, these things get affected, these poor things. Weight gain, weight loss, that will do it. You don't lose the same, if you've gained and lost weight 100 times, it doesn't happen the same way every time. So you're gonna, you might get more lower density. And then, something you've always worn isn't gonna work anymore because you've just, you might be lifting weights and you never lifted weights before, and you might be building up your chest muscles. Therefore, you might be able to fill a cup that you couldn't fill before. It's all dependent on your lifestyle, how your body changes. Just don't beat yourself up over it, okay? It just might be time for change. Change can be good. The one other thing about a bra in general, and I am not the person to say, because sometimes I wear jogging pants to work, so I will never say that anything has to do with the way you look, but it does have to do with the way you feel, okay? So the bra I put on today, do you think it was for me or do you think it was for you? It was for me. I'm wearing a pretty bra that makes me feel really special. And that's why I put it on. And when I have customers that come in and I have pretty lace bras and they say, oh, I love a lacy bra, but I have no one to wear it for. Did you see the mirror on my wall? Can you look in that and tell me who you're gonna wear that bra for? Because that's who you're gonna wear that bra for. So that's what I want you to really know, is that whether it's your bra or your clothes or your boots, it's about how they make you feel. Okay, I don't need a power suit, I need a power bra and panties. Thank you very much.